Well, I think it's a program that, you know, kids get to a certain level at their age groups where they have to make a decision, either play in AAA hockey or AA hockey or a house league program. And we're kind of giving the kids here the ability not just to be involved in camps, but with the tournament teams that are going to be put together, that it's an opportunity for, at a lesser cost, the kids to get more detailed, you know, in their practices. As you can see, there's a bunch of coaches involved, highly skilled coaches. And I know myself, I won't be around a bunch, but I know Craig's going to be here, you know, not on a daily basis, but a chance to oversee the coaching staff and exactly what drills are going on for these kids to succeed. And for us to put together a program that is going to be detailed to the young boys and girls that are up and coming in the area, it's a fantastic situation for all of us. And, you know, lots of, you can go into a little more detail about what's going to happen, but
you know, Maddie used the word detail about 6 times just now, and what we're used to and the way that we were raised, not specifically on the ice as hockey players, but we were raised, and the words still ring in our head: accountability, you know, to your teammates and the details. And we were both kind of, he was better than I was, but we were both similar players that we had to be so anally detailed in order for us to play the game, and because we weren't gifted like some of the guys you're watching today in the NHL, if you do watch, so we had to do things differently, and I think those are the things that we want to give back. And when I say give back, I had a guy I played with, and I don't know if you're familiar with him. His name is Larry Robinson, and Larry's a Hall of Famer, and blah blah blah, Montreal forever. He's my partner when I first got there, and Larry was, you know, getting to the end of the line a little bit, so I got to play with him for a few years. And he had made a comment to me. We have a thing in Montreal in the room, and it's in French, but it basically means from failing hands, we pass the torch on. And Larry, one day, and Bob Gainey and all these guys, they were teachers at the same time, and they said, you know what, your job as you get older and as you move down the road a ways as a player, you start to give back to the younger players. And I think that's where we're at. That's what we've been trying to do since we've been out. I mean, whether it's the guys here, or whether for me, I do some stuff with the Stars, it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, if we want to keep the game moving along, it's the young kids that are going to keep the game moving along. And so I think what we're trying to do here is not only develop the kid on the ice, it's to develop the kid to be a good person in the community. And that's what our parents, my dad made sure I was like that. His dad, you know, they did the same thing. And so, you know, I talked to Lee a little bit about this, and I said, I better not see a piece of tape in the locker room when we're done. And because but those are just little tiny details. But we just kind of want to encompass all of this, because, you know, at the end of the day, of the thousands and thousands or hundreds of thousands of kids around the globe that want to play in the NHL. And I said this, and I get people that kind of look at me cross-eyed sometimes. There's only 700 that are going to actually do it. That's reality. That's reality. It doesn't mean that you give up on trying to accomplish that goal. But for me, we took different paths. I went to school. I went to college. I should probably say I played hockey. I played hockey.
But underwater fire prevention.
I mean, yeah, I played hockey in college. I don't know if I typically went to college, but times have changed. But I made all 3 of my boys make sure that's the route they were going. He went major junior route. Everybody's different. For me, it was about being able to use the sport as a vehicle to get an education. So the day that maybe it doesn't work, you get an injury or whatever it is, you get an education. All 3 of my kids graduated. They know reality. But again, that was just my situation. He's got a different one. And so I think what we're trying to do is we're trying not only develop your kids on the ice, but off the ice, get them little mannerisms, all the things that go along with becoming adults. And that goes for any sport. I mean, the best thing about sports is that for 3 hours a day, you know where your kid is. After that, we don't know. I mean, I went through it. I got 3 boys, and it scared the hell out of me sometimes when it gets certain times, and I don't know where they are, but when I knew they were at the rink, and I knew they were tired when they came home. And so I know I'm long-winded, but we're looking, there's going to be things that are happening here organizationally, correct?
Yeah.
I guess they all know that?
Yeah.
I don't need to.
No.
And we're looking, we don't want the kids to quit playing hockey. I mean, if something happens here, and if your son or daughter and they don't make the team that they want to make, we want them to know that there's a place to play, because we don't want them to quit playing the game. We want to continue the sport to grow.
And I'll just cut you off there, Legend. We just did the exact same thing, kind of in a different manner in Missouri, where I'm coaching now. It's all run by the Missouri Mavericks. It's not a league-induced or from the city of Allen like it is here. And what we had there is we had a whole bunch of players that were good enough to play AAA hockey, but not all kids could make it, so they'd automatically get thrown down to the house league. And don't get me wrong, I played house league. House league's a great opportunity for kids to have fun, develop their skills, to be able to get to that next level. And what we were missing there was that in-between team. So all the kids that didn't make AAA, they'd get so discouraged and get so upset, and someone wouldn't even want to go to house league. And surprisingly enough, more parents would get upset than the kids. The kids want to step on the ice and play the game. You know, we want to make sure that every time they step on the ice, you know, they're having fun, they're learning. You know, I don't know if my voice is not in here or not, but we have a program there.
Two windows break out there.
Yeah. You know, at the beginning of every practice for our select team, which is the team that we called in between our AAA and our house league, was have fun, get better, and enjoy yourself. And that's what we did every day. They knew when they stepped on the ice, they were going to have fun, they were going to get better. And that's kind of where we're at here, is we want to put the attention to detail that, you know, not everybody can play AAA. That's just part of it. That's like, not everybody can play in the National Hockey League, but the kids that are playing in the American Hockey League and the kids that are playing in the East Coast, they want to go and do everything they possibly can to get to the next level. And that's what we want to ingrain here. We have the coaching staff in place. We have a figure skater that knows probably her edges better than anybody. I was a guy that I was involved in figure skating until I was 12. You know, my friends all made fun of me, but
I like it sometimes too. But you know, you bring in Amanda. When I talk to these guys, just so you know, I would not be part of it unless someone like her wasn't involved, because you have to know how to skate. And so she is key to it. And I told Ali and Kelly, both of them, I don't know how many times, I won't do it unless we have someone like that. And now we do. And just to follow up what Maddie said, we want to be the bridge. We're going to be the bridge. We hope that we can get your kid. If your kid tried out for some team, and AAA team, whatever you want to call it, didn't make it, you come with us. We want to be the bridge to get him out of here next year. We want to try to help him to get to that level. We're not looking to keep kids here, and we're not looking to do that. Like, we both played, my kids played for a couple different things where they could have moved on, but they want to keep them there so they can keep on winning. Winning's important, and there's two guys here that we love to win, but we hate to lose more. So, for where we're coming, we don't want anybody not to get to where they want to go. But we understand, I've been here for a long time, I know the youth program here, I'm sure you guys all know, we could talk here for hours about it. And I actually, when this whole thing came up, I already got a spanking, because I got called to Big Brother. And I had to go in and take these guys in and explain what was really going on here. We're not trying to steal anybody from anybody. We're just trying to help some kids get better and continue to play this game. That's it.
It's a chance for the kids to have more ice time instead of playing house league hockey, which they probably will at some point. But it's a tournament team basically that's going to go around. We're going to have really good coaching. We're going to oversee everything. And it's just an opportunity for not only the kids, but for the parents also to enjoy the game, have fun, succeed. We were fortunate we played a game and we got paid to do it. Not everybody's going to have that chance, but it's a chance to come up through, you meet your new friends. Not only is it your classmates anymore, but you have a chance to go to the hockey ring and hang out with people that aren't in your school. So it's a great opportunity. I'm so happy when, Luds and Ali and Kelly and Amanda called me and wanted me to be part of it. It was an easy decision for me. So, again, for us to kind of just close it out and let it go to Ali, it's great to see some familiar faces in here. I hope to get to know every one of you, especially your kids. And you guys have any questions for us, pull Luds or I aside. We'd love to sit there and chat, kind of get out and go from there.
I'm big on skating, and that today's game, if you watch, that's what it's about. It's all about skating. If you can't skate, you can't play. And that end of the day, and I couldn't skate and I couldn't play for a long time, so the game has really changed. He couldn't skate either. And we survived.
But we found a way to play.
Yeah,
for a long time.
And
that's the thing is, we want these kids, regardless if when they step on the ice for the first time today, if they've never had skates on, to a kid that just got cut from a AAA program, we want to make sure that every time he's on the ice, for one, he's having fun, and for two, he's getting better. And as long as we can do that on any given day, on a daily basis, we know that when he steps on his next team, whatever team that may be, he's going to have a chance to succeed.
The word concussion right now is a bad word, right? But they do a baseline test every year. You come into camp, and every player is going to do a baseline test. So we have something to judge you moving forward. So when you get unfortunately, you get that first one, we're going to compare it to that. That's kind of what we're doing. We want to see where they're at, and then we'll go into our, I did some checking camps here with Alan May when we were here a few years ago, and I thought it was really beneficial in what came out, and really, it's more about how to protect yourself. It's not so much about the hitting, it's a proper position going into the wall, getting hit from behind, how you get your arms up, things like that. And it's a peace of mind for parents, so that you feel a little bit more comfortable in knowing that your kid, if he's out there, whether he's this big going up against a kid this big or whatever it is, that he's got a little bit of background going into it, and you have a little bit of a peace of mind that he's at least understands to get his hands up against the glass. Or, I mean, a lot of people don't know it, but a tiny thing, I didn't know until I started doing it, but if you're actually physically sliding into the boards head first, you're not supposed to turn your head. You're literally supposed to put your head
But
up.
if you guys want to go to a completely different, if Frisco is closer to your home and that makes sense, then go there, because you need to be a part of a house program. If we would obviously want you in our facility, just because we get to meet you, we get to see you more often, you get to practice with more of the players that are a part of your team.
The key here, or a beneficial thing, is our Northstar coaches are actually going to be some of the house coaches too. So we get to evaluate the kids coming up. That's where I mentioned earlier on the Learn to Play, up to the house league, and then on we get to oversee their development through the Learn to Play programs on how they're doing, where they're at, what we're expecting to get the following season. Then we can also be a part of the house league, so we know what our kids need in the training part of it. So we know when they come to the Bridge program with the Patriots, we know where they're at. We're not just getting a child or a player that we have to totally just figure him out and see what training is suitable for him, or correct and retrain. So that's the benefit of Northstar, is we're highly involved in our house program here. If you're a part of the meeting house program, it's one of the requirements. It's whether it's another facility, that's great too. We're, like I said, we're welcoming anybody, because we want to make sure that they have an opportunity to get the training that they're due, that we give them a service.
So Alan still has their house program?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We want all the kids to stay on the ice.
Are you guys going to have additional?